All right, every Wednesday we spend time with Siena men's basketball coach Jimmy Patsos. He's on the road recruiting. These coaches do have to recruit and think about the future of their program, and that's what Coach Patsos is doing this morning, and he joins us. I don't know where from, but good morning, Coach. How are you?
I don't know if I can tell you. I'll get an NCAA violation, and I don't want one of those. Roger, I miss your face.
You do?
Yes, I need to get in that studio.
We need you back here, Jimmy.
we really need you. In more ways than one, but we need you, Jimmy. Trust me. We need to lighten the mood around here.
I that must be a trend. Anyways, sorry about that. I was in an elevator on the 20th floor, Roger, waiting to go down to call you, and the fireman came off. Everybody had to step to the side. They pulled out a man in a stretcher. And you know what? It really puts it in perspective. So Merry Christmas, everyone. It's all about your health. Literally, I was just in a hallway for 25 minutes, with a situation going on that was pretty serious. Thank God, not mine. And wow, does it put it in perspective? How are you guys doing?
Yeah, you know what? There is no question. We're doing well, but you tell stories like that, and you're right, holiday season, and there are certain things stories that put things in perspective, and unfortunately today...
I came down. Greg Manning's waiting for me. Greg Manning goes, I thought it was for you. I'm like, well, if we don't beat Bucknell, it's going to be for me. So,
now, unfortunately, I have a viewing to go today and a funeral to go to tomorrow against a really good friend of mine whose father passed away unexpectedly last week. So I get what you're saying,
sorry
Jimmy,
about that.
puts everything...
What are we moving on to?
Yeah.
Let's go, Roger.
Coach, let me ask you, what's your mindset? I told everyone the reason that you're not playing downtown this weekend is because it's Disney on Ice, right? The conflict there. So you're going up to the Civic Center. What are your thoughts about taking your team to Glens Falls this weekend?
Well, you know me, Roger. I love it. I lived in Saratoga my first 2 years, and when I wanted to get away, me and my wife would slip to Glens Falls. I believe it was the Calgary team at the time. I'm not sure. I think it was the Calgary AHL team. We would go up, go to the bullpen, get a sandwich, watch the game, go to Sandy's, watch the game. We went to several games. I've been to West Mountain at night just to watch skiers. I don't ski. I like that area. And it's funny. Then you go, of course, you go to high school games and you see it. And John D'Argenio and I just kind of, do you want to play on campus? Do you want to play in another arena? We couldn't move the game. Bucknell has exams. We are in exams right now. Right now, our priority is finishing academically strong. Last year we had another, Ryan Oliver graduated. Everybody, Emo Silas graduated. Got our APR. We just got another 980. We're doing well in the APR, which is the new graduation rate stuff. Academics come first. And then you got to talk about playing. And we thought Glens Falls would be great. And it just so happens that, of course, they lost the New York State, High School Association. So let's go up. And if it works, I'd like to try and play there at least, every other year. I consult with John, and John did a great job going up there. Him and his staff had to go up, fix the locker rooms, make sure the video boards, get everybody, we have premium seats, we have cabled seats. I'm excited to go up there is my answer.
Yeah, and you know what, Jimmy? I was up there many years ago when Jimmer Fredette and BYU got a game in Jimmer's Glens Falls area, his hometown. They played Vermont.
They played Vermont, right?
Yeah, and it was a great atmosphere. Place was rocking. We've seen great high school games up there. New York State tournament for many, many, many years. I hope they get it back because I don't like going to Binghamton. That's a whole other story. But that has the potential to be a great setting for you up there. And it sounds like you got a tough opponent too. Bucknell, no easy opponent.
No, they're picked to win the Patriot League. They went to the NIT last year. We killed them by 1 last year on the road, so they'll be ready to come back to us. And they have a very good coach. They got a new coach. They got good players. They got a really good big man. They got a guard that can shoot it. Everybody you're going to play at this level. Look, you know this level. Both of you know this level well. You got to bring your A game. And we're just, we're coming up a little short, but we're not discouraged. And we got to work on some stuff. We got to work on some stuff defensively. Roger, you two guys have done a lot of games, including football. Like, sometimes you got to get a goal line stand. Sometimes you got to execute the pass in the end zone, And we're just coming up a little short there, and I'll take the responsibilities as a coach. Although we work on situations a lot, but I'm kind of just waiting for this team to say, we got it. We're not going to turn it over down the last 2 minutes. We're going to make a free throw. We're going to all box out and get the rebound, and now we're going to go down and execute. And instead of taking some shot that maybe we weren't really designed, we're going to make the extra pass. It's just a bunch of little things, Roger. And losing can magnify that, but I'm staying positive. The kids, we had a really good week. Today they're off completely for academics, and now we go to Glens Falls. Like I said, I love the Times Union Center, but maybe we play every couple of years up there just to get that fan base going. I'm interested to see, in Bucknell, I hope people come. Quality opponent. They're picked to win the Patriot League. They got upset by Holy Cross. They went to the NIT last year, and off to Glens Falls we go for a Saturday noon tip.
Yeah, Bucknell's really good. I think they come in at 7-3. A couple really good scores on that basketball team. You guys? I know you've lost a couple games here. Not that the non-conference is the end all be all, because it's not. But is there a sense of urgency starting to swell with you guys?
Well, I hope so. I think so. I mean, the players, we had a really good practice on Monday, and on Tuesday we did yoga because all we had to do, we got to do, we really do. We have a lot of academics. So in other words, we practiced Monday. I went on the road with Greg. Jordan's on the road. And the players wanted to just yoga, stretch, do a little bit of shooting, and then they got to do work for 2 days. But we had a very good practice on Monday. I think there's been a sense of urgency the whole time. They're not executing in certain situations. We have to concentrate. It's all little words. You got to concentrate a little more. You got to be okay with not taking the shot. Is it okay? They're going to guard you. Can you make one extra pass type thing? But really, it's the defensive end. We've had some leads. We've been right there. Sometimes you got to get a critical stop. We're working on that. We're working on that. We're working on a little bit more helping, a little bit more making some guys really not get a three. It's funny. This generation, and you two know this, is, well, I don't want to get a three on me, instead of, hey, really, everybody over and help. When they kick it out, let's live and die and see if they make a three. Because we've had a couple of really critical situations where we just didn't quite stop the drive, and believe me, they're trying. And I'm trying as hard as I can. I got to do a better job coaching, but really don't let that guy drive. Everybody get in the paint, and if they kick it, we'll rotate. And if they make a three, we'll live with it. We haven't really got beat by a long three, knock on wood. And that's one of the things I'm trying to preach to the young players. And they're not kids, they're young men. But you really got to stop the drive and then make them kick it out, and then we'll fly and we'll live with the result. I got to get through to that. We've had it. I'm not using this as an excuse. We've had so many injuries and different guys out, and now I don't think Nico's going to play. He hasn't practiced in a week. We get Sammy Friday back. He plays great for 4 minutes against St. Bonaventure. He's out for another week. Willem's out for a week. Santi Shivers is out for a week. We need a little continuity, and you two know that. We have 3 or 4 veterans that are doing a lot of good things, but we need a couple other guys to step in. And we haven't quite been able to practice, and that's hurt us.
Talking with Jimmy Patsos, so we talk to him every Wednesday morning here on Big Board Sports. I watched your entire game on Friday night on the road at Florida Gulf Coast, and you did down by 17, and you made great effort, Jimmy, with your team getting back into that on the road, and had a chance at the end to get a shot to tie that thing up and maybe go to overtime. Yeah, no, we had a shot there. We had a shot at 3W, and we had a shot at St. Bonaventure, but we haven't made them, and that's I'd rather be ahead. See, that's on me. We got to get a couple points ahead, get a stop, and then close the game out. We did really good to put Cornell away, who made some jumpers against us, and Fairfield comes roaring back. As you know, Roger, it takes a lot out of you when you come roaring back, too. But I just, Shaka Smart, I really admire him. We're playing, he says, how many good minutes are you playing? We're playing 32, 33 good minutes. Well, we got to play 38 or 39, or, as you guys know, at this level, 40. If you want to win at the mid-major level, you got to play 37, 38, 40 minutes. So we're working on it, but nobody's discouraged, and we're not happy. Let me tell you something. I'm not sleeping as well as I should. Now, my players are angry in the locker room after. Everybody cares. On the other hand, you got to get better. You can't lose sight. You got to stay positive. You got to look at what you did right, try and get better at that, and then correct what you did wrong. And I think after 10 games in about 20 days, which is you guys know, you've been through the grinder. When you go on the road, we've been on the road a lot. You don't have as much time to practice. You're sitting around in the airport. You're waiting to come back. It's not an excuse. This is a good 3 weeks for us to be home. Hofstra's a really good team. We have to get down and play. Then we got Vermont at home, who I'd really like to beat because, we haven't beaten them in a long time, and that's a good rivalry. That's the game I think should be played in Glens Falls. There's a new scheduling policy that we have to have certain home games and neutral games. Just giving you a little hint. Vermont's the game that eventually we would try to move to Glens Falls. I don't know how that will work.
But we have 3 weeks to kind of settle down, get a little more solid defensively, and we're having great communications as a team. Javion Oganyemi stepped up the other day in the meeting and said, "Fellas, we're 1-1. We should have." He said it. Javion said, "I'm really disappointed we lost at Ryder," and I said, "Me too." He said, "But we got to move forward. We're 1-1, but we got to get better so we can get better, so we can do better in the MAC, so we can go to Times Union Center and try to win this whole thing." I thought that was very nice, very good to hear it from a player.
Yeah, it's always great when you get a player like
Roger,
that.
It's good to hear it from them. You know what I mean?
No.
Is he the leader, Jimmy? Is Javion Oganyemi the leader of your basketball team?
He's been our most consistent player. I asked him to be. He was a little more vocal last year because he had to be. Hey, Brett Bisping hasn't practiced because his knees are really sore. That kid is gutting it out. Now he's getting better. He's had some really good games. Took 5 charges at Ryder, had 13 rebounds at Florida Ghost. He just does by example. Yes, I think Javion could do a little more vocally, and he wants to. And Javion has really, what a nice kid. He's been our most consistent guy. He stays off my radar. I asked Javion, "Can you help me? Give me some suggestions." He's very good at. He really watches the games. He watches a pro game. I'll text him and say, "Are you watching Kansas play Nebraska?" He'll be like, "Yes." Did you see him defend the pick and roll? They didn't hedge. They stuck back and let him go under. Very, very bright young man. Could be in coaching, although I've discouraged that after clearly this profession. No, I'm just joking. But Javion and I have a good rapport. And yes, I think he could do a little more vocal stuff for us, and I think he wants to. This was a good step the other day.
Hey, Jimmy, one more for me. I'll let you go. Monmouth beating Memphis. Does that stun you?
No. I mean, this guy look, I'm in a certain area of the country recruiting. The first thing I said to a recruit was, I talked about our league. They said, "That is one bad dude on Monmouth." I'm like, "Oh yeah, Robinson." Yes, they're like, "That guy, we watched him last year in the tournament in Orlando. We saw him beat Georgetown. What a great little player." And I said, "Yes, we have some great players in our league." They said they knew A.J. English. They know who Marquise Wright is. But they were like, "That guy's the real deal." They're like, "We think he can be a Spud Webb, the guy from Eastern Michigan who played in the league forever." They were talking about how they think he could play in the NBA. Monmouth's really good. We play Memphis and Louisville next year. We played Kansas tough. I wanted to beat him. We lost to GW by 2. I wanted to beat him. They go and win at Memphis. I think Monmouth has a lot of depth, but that guy really leads them emotionally, and he scores it, and he plays hard, and he works on his game. And Justin Robinson, there's a reason he was the player of the year last year, and there's a reason he's the preseason player of the year. And it's great for our league when that happens.
Jimmy, safe travels, man. Thanks for getting back to us. We appreciate it.
I really will. I think, Roger, the next time I'm in is not till after Christmas because we're at Hofstra. But otherwise, I will get in there because I know I do enjoy coming in, and thanks for the support, and you guys are great.
Yeah, hey, thanks a lot, Jim. Appreciate it. Good luck with the recruiting trails. Jimmy Patsos every Wednesday here on Big Board Sports.